One player that came in over the summer was Sofiane Boufal. Just what are your thoughts of him been so far since he's come back?
I think he showed with the ball that he has a lot of quality, no doubt. The attacking or the way he attacks, I think he should improve still, and that's something that you don't learn from one day to the next. But I'm happy that he's here. I know that on this position we have a lot of quality and a lot of a big battle to play in the moment. There are 3 offensive positions, and one of this is maybe for him. And last game I substituted him, and in this short time he showed that he can help us with the ball massively. And I'm happy that he's here.
Is he someone like Redmond in the sense that last year you spoke about you had to change Redmond's mentality to worry about the team more than himself? Is Boufal similar in that sense?
I think from his talent and the way he plays football, they are a little bit similar. Both are very strong in 1-against-1. But I don't have the feeling that he is not hardworking also in the sessions. I think it's more about how I attack and the angle I attack to create a shadow where we want to win balls. This is something of a feeling you might have when you work ball oriented. And these are a few habits we are still working with him. We showed him a few videos and tried to help him to adapt this part of his game also.
Is he willing to adapt what you want to do?
Absolutely. I think that's the most positive thing for me, that he really wants to work hard and also against the ball.
It's the first time Danny Ings has had the opportunity to play against Liverpool, because obviously he was on loan last season. How fired up will he be, do you think, against his old club?
Yeah, sure. He would like to play last season also, but sure, a special game for him, no doubt. And he's in good shape in the moment. I think he had a good pre-season without injuries. That's important for him. He's physically in a much better condition like last season. And finally, if he gets a chance to play, I'm sure he will be focused.
Can he give you any inside knowledge on how to get the better of Virgil van Dijk, etc.?
I think against such a team, it's good not to focus only on one player. If you want to create problems for that defensive, I think it's only possible if you really act as a team and try to find the space where you are looking for. I think we have a few guys in front. They can hurt them. They can struggle, bring problems to them. And last season we did it. Why shouldn't we do it this season again?
And in terms of last weekend, you had the players in training on Sunday, I think. Was that a direct reaction to what happened at Burnley?
I told you that we had a good week, and not only the sessions, also beside the pitch, we spoke about a few things. I had a lot of individual meetings also with a lot of players, and it's important for me to listen to them and at the end find the right decisions for the next weekend.
You do that after every game, or?
Also after winning games, yes.
And in terms of players going out, I saw some interesting quotes from Chris Wilder at Sheffield United earlier this week. He was saying that too many of his players are just happy to take their money. They should be going out and playing football. Would you have that message maybe for some of your players that are no longer part of your plan?
Sure, that's more important is not what we speak about and what we do on the pitch. That's the most important thing. But to make players better, you must know what problems they have and what they want to work in, and that's only possible if you speak with them, and that doesn't give them alibis for something. I think it's a kind of self-reflection. If you look on yourself and try to develop yourself, then you have to get message from the manager what you have to do better. And I saw a few very good reactions this week, also from players that haven't been in the squad in the last weekend, and that's what I expect. Not talking or telling something, but showing on the pitch, and that's exactly the reaction I want to see. And finally, make it as difficult for me as possible to find the first 11. I think that's the only way to show up as a player when I don't play.
Just going back to what Dan was asking about Boufal, he was a player that I think most people expected could leave this summer. Has he been one of those players that has had to convince you that he can be a part of your team? Because obviously he was out alone when you came in.
Yeah, I think with the ball, sure, he's not that long here now, 3 or 4 weeks, 3 weeks I think now, but in this time he showed that he can help you, and he showed that he can, with the ball, make a big difference. But as a team, to be successful, it's not enough to only work when you have the ball. It's also important to work when you don't have the ball. And in this part, I think this was the reason why last season we had the chance to come out of the relegation zone, because we tried to, or we started to work against the ball as a team. And I think that's the only key to win games in the Premier League, especially against these big teams. And you know that in the first 7 rounds we play 5 times or 4 times against big teams. So it's all about working against the ball and being committed and being in our net. And if you are in that part also that good with the ball, then it's perfect. Then welcome in my team.
Ralph, how disappointing was it to sort of have to start off the season by cancelling a day off? You know, to sort of start the season on a dampener, if you like, with that.
Yeah, as I said earlier, that the first game shows a little bit of you were working hard for 6 weeks and then lose the first game doesn't feel good. But in the end, I think it's the first game of 38, so quite a lot. But I think it's good that we see very clear immediately what was missing, because it's a different part to play a preseason game, nice games, winning them through all the way, and then coming the first Premier League game and don't take a point. So it was, I think, 100% necessary that we were very critical with ourselves and find the way back to success. And I know that it's not easy against the next team, but maybe it's the right opponent to the right time.
It's something you've done before, though, isn't it? It's something you sort of don't hesitate to do. You think it's quite an old school method, I suppose, sort of, in terms of taking the day off away, but it's something you think works.
I don't do it to be, I don't know, nasty to the players or something like that. I do it because I think we have things to work in, and as you know me, the day off cancel the day off means coming here. We haven't been on the pitch. We were sitting here inside and working on a few things in our mind, and I think this is exactly the same important that the work on the pitch and to invest time in my job. I think that's normal. We are in the Premier League where we play against the best teams in the world, and the only chance to be successful against these teams is to do more than they do. And if we do more than they do, then we have a chance to take points.
I was asking about defensively, the 3 at the back, is that something that you're happy and you want to do going forward, Ralph? Is that your sort of ideal scenario?
I think we have shown in the past that we can play a lot of shapes so far. I think we are very flexible in that part because our fundament and our basics are everywhere the same. Sometimes you have to slide a little bit more when you play in a back 4. But I think we are very flexible, what means playing in different shapes. And I see some advantages in the back 5, and sometimes we need one man more in the offensive to bring earlier pressure on the opponent, and then we'll play in a back 4. In both shapes, we worked a lot in the preseason, so it's no problem for us to switch the shape.
Just lastly for me, in terms of the goalkeeper situation, is Angus very much number 1 in your eyes and in your view?
In the moment, I think it's important for him that he also after the last game gets the trust from everybody, and I think they do. He played last year a few fantastic games, saved us a few points also, and I think there's no discussion about the number 1 position in the moment.